Tonia. Welcome to Devilish Delights. Today we're going to be making deviled ham pinwheel sandwiches. I come from a multicultural background of Italian and Ukrainian, which means we have huge parties, whether it be Easter, Christmas, shower parties, birthday parties, and anytime we don't want to be tempted to just run out to the grocery store and buy a pre-packaged item, we fall back on these pinwheel sandwiches. So the ingredients we're going to need to start out with are a loaf of bread. They're sandwich loaves. If you go to any baker, you can ask for a sandwich loaf cut horizontally. And it does have to be horizontally to get the length of the bread. Now I have here white bread and whole wheat today, so we can have a sampling of both. We also have whipped Philly cream cheese. My mom and I used to always use the traditional brick cream cheese, and she used to assign me a task to go ahead and go make this off onto the side, I think as a diversion while she cooked the rest of the meals. It was something quick and easy that I was able to do, and it quickly became one of my favorite. Now, I used to whip it with an electric beater, but this whipped Philly allows me to make the recipe in no time. The last ingredient we need to make, to use, is the deviled ham in a container. Okay, first is the preparation of the bread. What I've done is I've removed the crust of each type of bread. It's sort of reminiscent of the old tea and scrumpets days. No one makes these kind of sandwiches anymore. So what I've done is I have two of the bread pieces, and I'm going to take a rolling pin. This is my mom's old rolling pin. She doesn't even have the sides on it anymore. It's been so well used. And I'm just going to roll the bread flat. Each slice I'm going to roll flat. You don't want it too thin so that it tears, but you do want a nice thin layer of bread. Because once you roll up the bread, it might be too puffy. You want a nice thin piece. You don't want to use, say, pre-made pita or any kind of shell. The bread is really nice because you want to go for the texture of the sandwich. It's all about the creamy texture. There. Two pieces of rolled bread, and as you see, it is quite thin. So now I have my bread off to the side here, and I'm going to start with the mixture. First I'm going to take my whipped Philly cream cheese, and I'm just going to place it in a bowl. So nice and easy now that we don't have to whip it, and so fast. So we have the whipped Philly into a medium-sized to large bowl, and I'm going to take 2 cans of the deviled ham. Now the ratio I like to use is 1 little small tub of whipped Philly cheese to 1 can of deviled ham. So 1 and 1. So since I'm using 2, I'm doubling. Now I'm just going to pop that right in. And the texture of this is already, it's almost like it's minced. It's minced ham, essentially. So I'll put that off to the side. And I'm going to start mixing the cream cheese and deviled ham mixture. What I want is a really nice, creamy, smooth consistency. I'm going to be just mixing it together like this. I don't want any chunks of the cream cheese pieces, which is actually, it used to happen when I would make the brick cream cheese and not beat it long enough, usually about 5 minutes. But this is so much faster, and it just blends nice and smoothly. And voila! Hardly any time at all to make your mixture. So now that I have the mixture, what I want to do is take a spatula and place a good sizable amount on here. I want it end to end, but I want to make sure I spread it evenly. I want a good amount. It's kind of hard to estimate exactly how much, but you just basically want to spread, oh, I don't know, say about 2 millimeters worth, just so it's coated nicely. You want it so that you get a lot of filling, but when you roll it up, it's not too clumpy and everything doesn't fall out and it's not very messy. So I just want to go ahead and do this. Now, portion size, I'm only showing you with 2 pieces of bread here, but this amount can probably make, I'd say about 6 or 7 of these long rolls, which means once it's all cut up, at the end of the process, it feeds, 30 to 40 people. We have, but as I mentioned, that's about 2 or 3 pieces a person, and during our parties, they just disappear. They're a favorite. Okay, so I have this all spread out end to end. We don't want anything, any other sandwich bread showing. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to start at one side, one base, and I'm going to gently roll the sandwich through. You want to make sure that it's nice and tight, but you don't want to put too much pressure that all of the filling comes out. So we're just going to leave that tight like that to the other one. The white bread usually has a little bit more elasticity in it than the whole wheat, but both are fine. So again, end to end. And you see at the end here, there's going to be a little bit of remnants. We're just going to clear that off with our finger or with a knife. And we're going to do the same to the other one. And 2 rolled pieces of bread. So now that I have my 2 sandwich rolls ready, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little bit of plastic wrap so we can put them in the refrigerator to set. Now you can do this overnight or at least give yourself about 20 minutes just so that the rolls have time to set and it's easier to cut. Okay, so what I've done is I've actually only put it in the fridge for about 5 minutes, just to show you what it should look like. And already the bread is a little bit more firm and it's not as soft as it was before. So I'm just going to make small cuts here at the ends. I just want to put the ends on the side. That's usually my special treat before the party goers arrive. But I just want a really nice pinwheel edge to start. And look at the nice layers in there. It's very pretty. And so you want a nice size portion sandwich, so about 5 centimeters. You can have it. Now you can also do variations. You can put pickles in the center of this to add a little bit of kick, or maybe pickled onions. You can also even have the filling with some celery if you wanted to avoid the carb altogether, because the filling is so delicious. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this loaf. And again, the edges here, since they're a little bit messier, I'm just gonna put them off to the side and I'm going to eat them myself. And again, with the whole wheat. Now, as I mentioned before, the whole wheat is a little bit more tricky to cut, just because it's not as firm as the white bread. So we're gonna make 3 good pieces here. And time to plate. So what we can do is just spin them around here like this. And if you have all of the rolls, you can put them all the way around, and we usually double them up like that. Just do that's just very quick, just to get the idea. You can put a little bit of garnishes in there. But basically you want the pinwheel to have those nice shapes. That's your deviled ham pinwheel sandwich. Try these deviled ham pinwheel sandwiches at your next function, or any time you want to have a treat of your own. Mmm, so good, so creamy, it's heavenly.